Hello everyone, I'm going to make a cauldron today. Now I did one last year, but this is going to be different. I can put the link into last year's in my description box below. This year we're going to do something new. So I must warn you that there will be a petrified specimen in this video. So if you do not care to see that, please don't watch. But if you're curious, stay with me and we will continue on. See you in a moment. Hello everyone, this is Billy. Welcome to Billy Home and Creations. Now, let me show you first of all the two molds that I have. Now this one looks like a cauldron. It's actually a jar mold, but the lid looks like a cauldron lid, and the body is like a cauldron. So that's our first step, having the right mold. The one I did last year, I had to make it up myself. It was quite intense, so be sure to watch that one. Anyway, like I said, there's going to be a warning for this video with a petrified specimen of a animal. So do not continue watching if you don't want to see that. I also have a mold here that I did get from JDiction when they sent me some samples of the powder, the eco powder. So I'm going to use this mold because it's dirty. Not really, no, because it has these indents in here, and to me it would make a great fire pit. So I'm going to do it different this time. I'm going to be putting gravel or rocks in this area here, and I do have a bunch of aquarium gravel. That's going to work perfect for the outline of our fire pit. Now if you're using your gravel that you can get anywhere, actually, pet shops, Walmart, online, be sure to wash it. It's pretty dusty and you don't want to get it in your resin. Wash it and dry it. So the outside of this is going to be the rocks, but the inside I want to build a fire. Now I could pour the rocks and just use this upside down and fill the inside here as if it were a fire pit, but I'm going to, because I want a flat surface and I might get it bumpy, we're going to go ahead and use the inside. And for the inside, I've got some few little sticks here that I have just hung on to. Why, oh why? It's me. That's what I do. So I've got some smaller pieces here, and we might have to cut some, or we could go somewhat like this, cut a few in half, and get our fire sticks put in here. Let's try to find the middle. I might cut some in half. Let's do that. Cut a few, and we'll branch them out as if we have a fire going. I'm just using my nippers or wire cutters, and we'll just continue to build on that. But first of all, we need to get some resin made up. But as we build this, I did get some flakes that I have here. These are dollar store flakes. Now I have this reddish orange, and I have this yellow. There's some black ones here. We might use those for maybe coal on the outside of the fire. And then I have a little bit of this fine glitter. This was dollar store glitter too. I don't have orange flakes, so we're going to be using that. So let's go ahead. I'll take these with us. We're going to go into my back porch where I pour my resin and get going with this. So I'll be right back with you. Okay, I'm back. I was just trying to get a few things ready. So I only made up 4 ounces of my Let's Resin because we're not going to need a bunch of clear. We're going to need black, but the black is going to come later. So let me show you what I've done. I tried to clean that, but I didn't do a very good job. Anyway, first of all, let's get our rocks in. Can you see me here? Okay, I have to remember where to I tend to stretch out my hands, so I'm got to remember to be right here. I have some of the pebbles in this container, and there's probably more than I need, but I'm going to go ahead and we're going to get some resin in there. It's still rather bubbly. I should have left it longer, but we're just going to get a little resin in there and stir this up, get most of it covered. I'm not going to need all these rocks, I don't think, but I do have some molds set aside for any excess. So I just want to get the stones around the rim of the fire pit. I think I'm doing this one differently than I did before. I don't know that I put pebbles in the last one, but let's just see if I can't get a little. Let's see if I can do it this way. Probably a spoon would be best, but I'm just going to tap some in around those little pre-made holes. Now I'm sure this is actually a coaster mold for possibly what do you call them, raw edges with the raw edges, but it's rather cute. I've used it for several different things, but I love the fact that it makes a good fire pit, and it'd make a pretty coaster just with rocks around the edges. You could do that too. Now I don't know if this is available on JDiction's website. I can always look and see if it is, because I made it with the Resincrete. I just really enjoy working with Resincrete, and I also have a section in my playlists of Resincrete. I've not ever tried the other brands of IntoResin. I'm sure, well, I know I've been told some of it's a little less expensive, but I don't handle change very well, so if I come across a good thing, I usually stay with that good thing. So, gosh, I've been married 40-something years. That's a good thing. He's a good man. Just teasing Richard. He doesn't watch these. He's very good about just letting me do my thing. He does his thing. I always say our good marriage is, for us, a good marriage is having your own space, your own individual space, doing your own individual thing, and meeting in the middle. Boy, my speech is getting really crazy lately. I'm stuttering and stammering some more. Not unusual. I have quite a bit left. I overestimated that. I overestimated the rocks in my head. How's that sound? No big deal. We'll just pile them on there. But I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing with the flakes. I'm hoping I have enough resin, because I do want to pour some in the cauldron. I should probably do that first, actually. Make sure I have enough, and I'll show you what I'm going to do differently. I could set this to the side a little bit. So let's use up what clear resin I have first and get that cauldron done. There's a few more spots right here I can fill in. We're going to top this off with black eventually anyway, but let's get the rocks down. Could use a few more here. I'm gonna get carried away and fiddle. What is it, fiddling? Okay, Just leave that alone. So now the cauldron, rather than filling it with black resin, I want to make a window on the side of this cauldron so we can look into it. I want a clear window, which when you look in the window you can see what's inside the jar. Okay, so my friend Martha Townsend, thank you Martha, I was talking to her today because she said try this, and I thought that's brilliant. Otherwise I was going to try to patch silicone tape inside of here, and that would have been maybe somewhat of a nightmare. So what I want is to go from the bottom of the cauldron just to the rim, which means I'm gonna have to tilt the cauldron so I can have a puddle of clear. And what I was thinking is if I prop it on this spoon rest right here, I'm thinking it will save it, it'll stop it from getting into the rim, because I want that all black. If possible, I want that all black. But if I set it there and put something on the sides, that should make me a pretty good sized bubble. And it's gonna be thick too, because I want both sides to show. So let's see. I'm just gonna try this. I'm just gonna pour a little in, and if I get it to the lip, it'll run back down, I'm hoping. So can you see me here? I am just gonna pour. I'm guessing a good ounce will fit in there and make my window. Let's see where I am. And I know you can't see from here, but it's going to take a little bit more. And I'll prop up those sides with some smaller molds, I think. Okay, let's see. A little at a time. Oh, that's going to be wonderful. Now it's probably going to flatten down part of this mold, you know, which is hitting the mat. But looking around here, I'm going to do a little bit more, and then we'll brace it up. I'm just looking, I hope you can see what I'm doing just at the very top of the screen here. But that should give me, oh, perfect window. It is in the lip. So what if I bring the lip up more like that, and it'll come right to the edge. It is in there. Okay, miscalculated. I'm going to pour a little bit out and raise that lid. Lip is the word. Okay, I'm going to set it on here. Bring that lip up. Got a few molds here. Let me just put these on the side. This one on the side. I won't disturb it until it's set, but that's going to be great. Actually, the window's going to be, it's going to be black getting into that other side of that window on the inside. So let's do some propping up a little bit here. I don't think I had anything else that would be as good as that. Oh, but I have this one. Can I go sideways with the both of them and lift that up? No, because they're not going to stay unless I tape them together. Ooh, maybe. Let's see. What does that do? Is that going to pour it out? Oh, yes. A little too high. Let's just get a stick. Like I said, I've not ever done anything like this before, so we're just going to play this by ear here. I should have measured sticks and taped them together. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. One's too much. two's too much. Looking sideways. Okay. Oh, if you stay just like that, it'll be a smaller window. But you know what? I could remove it and trim it if I had to out of the rim, but then I'd lose the suction. We're not going to do that. We're just going to leave that right there as it is. Ooh. And don't knock it, Billy. You will not knock it. We're going to be good. We're going to be good. That window will probably be about yay big. Maybe smaller. Maybe like that. That's all I need, really. Don't need much more. I do see a bubble on the very edge. Let's get that. See what we come up with. Don't want it to pour out, but it's going to be fine. Because if black goes in the lip, the clear will just show it black. As long as I don't get black in the bottom. Ooh, I think we're good to go. Let's get rid of that. There's always one of those. Isn't there always one of those? My videos. Okay, don't move it. Rocks are in. Let's get a little more of this resin. Just a tad, because we're going to start with yellow flames at the top, and we're working upside down. Just gonna get, no, I should need a little more. I could just sprinkle them on, but I think if you do it this way, they'll stay closer together better. So I hope everyone's ready for Halloween. I wanted to do quite a few more videos on Halloween, but I can't say I can guarantee that's going to get done here on my end. I do have several videos going. They're not all Halloween, though, that I've been working on, but they're not ready to post. So there we go. I just want a little red, a little yellow flame, and it doesn't have to be perfect. Let's just, maybe that's too much. Maybe that's too much. All right, and we'll put that. I have these cute, oh, the spider. We could make him Halloweeny, couldn't we? Look at that. We could put the yellow in the face. Maybe red on the inside for like back of a black widow. And this is that mold. Look at how dirty I got things already. This is for a votive. It's really cute. I demolded one the other day. All right, so we'll save that there. Now, what did I put? Oh, I was just gonna sprinkle. Was I gonna mix it in there? I don't want to mix it in that container. I do have another container. Let's just put a little resin on the side. We're just gonna sprinkle some orange. Or I could do the red and leave a gap for the orange. Well, there's that already. Let's put the red in first. That might help. We're gonna go yellow, red, orange. Okay, this will be my resin, my version of a resin fire pit. It's spreading already. Probably could use a little more of these flakes. I have a few more left. Heck, might as well use them all, eh? Might as well. There's a little bit of resin dripping out of the lip there at the bottom edge, but we don't think it's not going very quickly, and I don't think it'll dump all the way out. Let's hope not. Okay, let's go ahead and put some red here. I know fires aren't symmetrical, like I try to make everything symmetrical, so we'll just try to mix those up a little bit. Red. Got enough gap for the orange? Sure. So let's sprinkle. If I can do it neatly, let's get this orange in there. Out of orange flakes, we'll just do this. They'll come through. They'll sink. We'll spread. We could have a raging fire too, couldn't we? Where's the rest of this red? I wanted to save that, but we won't. We'll use it. I put the sticks down. They're gonna spread, or it'll make this spread anyway. Whatever happens will be fantastic. I've got a positive outlook on this one. And I have, gosh, 2 ounces of resin left, possibly. Yes, I do. So, sticks. I have no idea which one I cut before. I just threw them back in the pile. Let's get a longer one. Could do one of the longer ones. Like that. Okay, stick that in. And we'll do the shorter pieces. Try to make a what might look like a pile of sticks. I just stuck my finger in there. Where's the tissue? Here's the tissue. Tweezers. Oh, I need new tweezers. Those don't even go together anymore unless I bend them. Here's another pair. So let's see. Just do this. Build us a fire. I think it might work if I don't put my fingers in it. I was never a Girl Scout. You know, I wanted to be a Girl Scout. When I was in Canada, I was a brownie, they called them. Then when I came to the States, I wanted to be a Girl Scout. But little girls can be mean, or well, I wasn't a little girl, but young ladies can be mean. And I think I was blackballed out of that, to be honest. One of the little girls, she didn't care for me. And she was big, her parents were big in the school system, and you know, they had money to back them up, but I think I got blackballed out of being accepted into the Girl Scouts. Broke my heart. Really did. Broke my heart. That looks pretty good, doesn't it? Let's throw some pieces around. And I still have room for resin in the back. Let's just throw some little pieces around here. Heck, maybe I wouldn't have been a very good Girl Scout, but I grew up in the bush country. Anyway, all right, let's do the black. We're just gonna pour some of the black. Even if we do black resin, it should, I don't know to put more. It should really let these show up because they're rather shiny. Now, I can't remember if this is a matte mold. It doesn't look like it would be. So we're just gonna plop. This would be like the coals some coals around that there far. This might be better than the first one I tried. I could fast forward this, and I'm sorry that I don't do it all the time. I like to talk. Tell you what I'm doing, let you see how it's working out. Oh my gosh, did you see the last one I put up with those witches? Oh, I had a heck of a time with those. Did have a heck of a time with that project, but they turned out nice. I still don't have black chain to finish them off. And I'm thinking, well, maybe I could just put some small holes in the back and use the alligator hangers. I might just do that too. Guess we'll see. We need some more over here. All right. Just a little more, and let's do the spider. I don't dare move this mold right now, especially the other one. So we'll just let it be and see how it goes. Leave that one there. And I'm going to put the lid on this glitter. Should we make a rock spider? How would we do that? Let's do this. Let's get this. Let's get a black piece. Let's get this. I can move these and bring it over here. We can see better. Okay. Now, actually, I can move this out of the way. Let me stand up and see where we are. Oh, there it is. You weren't even seeing the whole process there. I was. Can you see where this is dripping? Not really. I think it's going to hold. We might have bubbles in the underneath there, but I can't dare look. Oh, I moved that. I've got this on my leveling board. I tried to level it again. Alright, before the rest of my resin goes, I might have to mix up some black. Let's put some yellow glitter in his head. Or flakes. These are flakes. Dollar store flakes. Oh, come on, Billy, get it. I have to make a little black anyway. It's going to be a black spider. So, get a little yellow. Stick that in there. And the red, did we use up most of the red? I want to put that on the bum part. Let's mix up some more red. I can use this up. I might go around the whole part of his bottom, or his backside. But I should let this set before I do the black. Let's see. Get out of there. I just want enough to cover that part. And possibly work around it. Maybe we'll have a little left over. There's always something else you can put it in, right? Oh, the rocks. What are we going to do about those rocks? I know what we'll do. Mix that up real quick, and I'll show you what I think we'll do with the rest of the rocks. And it won't be a spider. It won't be in the spider. What we'll do is I have these really cute mushroom molds here. These are cute mushrooms too, but I need those where they're at. So I'm just going to put the rest of the rocks in there. How's that? Get them in there. These are cute little mushrooms. I'm going to start a video with these too, because I've been making quite a few of them with my excess resin, different different colors. Get in there. So this would be a cute one of just rocks, actually. That's what I'm thinking. We'll have to add the rest of the resin to those, I'm pretty sure. But yes, I think that'll work. All kinds of things happening here today, don't we? Okay, get that in there. They're two different shapes. One's more of a ball shape on top, and the other one does look more like a mushroom shape on the top. But I think I have a cute idea for these. We'll just make all kinds. I do have a show coming up. What week after? Is it week after? Ooh, it's the weekend after Halloween. A big Christmas show. That's done around at this time of the year every year. Gosh, I think it's like the 45th annual. They call it the Harvest Festival, and it's at our local college. Really nice show. I think I've done it 20 years now. I have my regular space. One time they made a mistake and I didn't get my regular space, and I was disheartened over that. Actually, I think I got a bit grumpy over that one. But, oh, we might as well make this a solid rock. And when this is almost set, I'll make up some black resin. Did you need me, Richard? Okay. Press those in. Oh, those will be cute. All natural, and we won't waste a thing. Oh, I'm excited about that one. Oh, great idea, Martha. Oops. Hey, I did pretty good. Better not say it yet. I'll make a mess. Now that I said it, I'll make a mess. Get in there. Alright. Just the right amount of resin to do this part. Good job, Billy. Okay, that's that. Not much yellow left. Let's get a little bit of this resin in here. Oh, it's starting to... It's not getting hot, but it's starting to get pretty thick. I'm just going to squeeze that down if I can. Make sure we don't have bubbles, but that we at least have a shape. Alright. Well, I'll finish this up, everyone, and I'm going to put the little red flakes right on the bottom here. Let me get these rocks situated, and I will see you when we can pour the black. Okay? Till then, have a great afternoon, day, night, wherever you're at. Have a great time. See you in a little while. Bye. Hi, everyone. Well, it's another day. And our resin has set up, so I have just made 10 ounces of resin, adding my Let's Resin Black pigment paste to that, about 6 drops. And here you have it. I did warm up my resin this morning on my warming mat, or heating mat. So, don't fall in there, I'm looking at the stick. Don't fall in there, okay. So let's put these mushroom molds away. And here is our piece. And I can see, I don't know if you can see the shadow of the window that's going to be in there. It's rather small, but that's the best I could do without having everything pour out here. I was probably a spoonful that did pour out, but that's okay. I think we're good. What I do want to do is get these specks, without breaking this seal. I want to get these dribbles of resin off of there if I can, because they will make a bubble. They will just be sure to make a bubble, and that'll be the bottom, but still I don't want it there if I can get it off. Well, maybe I can't get it off and I'm gonna have to rely on these poor tweezers here. If I can loosen it up, should be able to grab it with the tape. There's a few on the side too. I should have plated this before I mixed the resin. Oh, I guess that's not too bad. There is one, or that's on the outside. This is on the inside. Let me get this one out. I can get it out. Oh, it's so tough with gloves, isn't it, sometimes? Oh, I can't seem to get my finger in there. I did. I got it out. Okay, 10 ounces. There's some here. You can see the line where the resin went into the rim. We're going to turn this around anyway, so we won't worry about that. And that is a solid there. So let's go ahead and pour. Get things moving and then curing. I wasn't sure about the fire pit, and I forgot to, well, I never did use this mold yet, so I hadn't weighed it out yet to see how much resin it takes, but hopefully it's going to go all around that window. Oh my word. If I could show you that. Don't know if I can. I'd have to tilt it. But, oh my gosh, it's working. I'm hoping it's working. Oh, please work. Oh my gosh, that's almost 10 ounces right there in itself. Come on, right to the top. And we have a window. Looks like a teardrop shape, but it's almost as big as a 50-cent piece, I would say, and I don't need to fill that quite to the top. Now, let's move this aside, and of course already something's in there. Of course. What else could it be? I'm not going to press for bubbles. If they come up, they come up. You cannot break that seal. Okay? Alright. And I don't know if you can even see that. You can see part of it there. I don't want to spill it, but right in here. That's our window. So let me set that aside. I'm going to go ahead and pour the lid so we know that's done. And we'll see how much we have for the fire pit. Looking at the fire pit, I think I covered up the sticks when I was getting carried away with the flakes. Let me just squeeze that bubble there. And I'm going to try to look for something I can use. I'm just squishing the bottom for the sides of the cauldron, like the handles. Actually, I think I have an old pair of earrings that might work. Let's just see what happens. And this I want to get clear up to the top. Doesn't look like I'll get to the spider today. That's deceiving. I have to look across the top. Let's see. Make sure there's no bubbles there because I can see air right here. Squeeze that right carefully. Got it, I think. There's one right here, or a couple right here. Get those out. There's a bit of lip there. Okay, unless that could be resin, clear resin. But why would it be there? I didn't get close to this, did I? Oops, here we go. Just scrape, push it a little sideways. And then there's this bigger one right here. Okay, looks like we're good. Just set that aside. And there will be some right around here. And I can see how unlevel I am because this side could use a little more. Just top that off. Okay. Around here, these are tiny, tiny bubbles where it's grabbing the silicone. Put that up there. Okay, and I'm going to cover that with a bowl. Now, getting to the fireplace or fire pit. See, if I turn it over, I've covered all the sticks. Like I wasn't even thinking about covering the sticks. The sticks should be on top like that. But, c'est la vie, it's done. It's a done deal. Let's see how full I can get this. Even if I just get all the rocks covered. I like this mold, it's perfect. Just around the edges for the rough edge. Oh, we do have a little bit for the spider maybe. All right. It's sticking up. I don't know if I should fill it more or just cut that. Oh, heck. If I fill it more, it's going to go out on the perimeter. But I probably should. This needs resin too. It's settling. It sticks up, I can always sand that down. Okay, and oh, it's gonna be a very, very minute little bump is all I can tell. All right, scoot you over. Let's see what we can do. There, I'll take my heat gun to that after I see this out. Get that out. Gosh. See another one. Another hair. And bubbles. Okay, now let me show you this spider. Did I show you this one already? The legs aren't attached. It's a fondant mold. Fondant. The legs aren't attached. You put them on later. But there's a space or two that had bubbles, and I broke the bubbles. And I want to fill a couple spots right here. So let's do that while we're at it. The clear. That's got resin, it just looks clear. Darken that up. What's that? And there's a place on the leg. Right there. Overspill I can take off. Just want that hole filled in the very tip of this one. Did not get resin in it. So I'll just let that sit up. Kill a few birds with one stone. Oh, and I do have extra resin. Move things about here. Let me move this mat. Get this one bubble. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Okay. Now, spider has some areas in it where the resin dripped down. A little bit of red right here. I'm just going to try to grab that, loosen it, and I think I can cut that with the suit. Oh, I can just break that off. Break that off. I can get it. This bit here. Boy, these attract hair and fluff, don't they? Now there's some yellow. I'm going to break the seal probably, but I want to get that out if I can. It dripped in there. I don't want it there. I just lost the suction. Don't, it doesn't. Let's cut that off. Maybe try to reset it in there. Let's get that off. If black goes in, the black goes in. But oh, gloves are hard sometimes. Try to set it where it was. I think that's where it was. Sometimes if you press hard, you can get the suction back on there. Okay, let's go ahead and remember these legs. Or did you see the one I finished? Whoops, there's a big wad. I'm not even watching. I need to stand. Resin goes down the leg, and I cut that off when it was cured. Because it reminded me of those terribly fussy spoon rests I did. Oh heavens, those were a nightmare. Trying to get that excess resin off. It went where it shouldn't go. This is easier though, but boy, if you saw that video, it was a nightmare. Trying to unmold that. Make sure that it gets all the way in there to the very bottom. This is a cool mold, I like it. Guess what? Let me do a little squeeze here. And that was a pretty good calculation. Add more. Oh, I just saw a shadow behind me. I thought someone was in my yard. Nope. See how deep those go? So, I do have extra. Not much. Maybe that'll settle right in. Just take them, open them up a little bit. Don't see bubbles. That's good. We don't want bubbly kneecaps. Right? Okay. There's one big bubble. Look at that. Came right up. Get rid of you. And you. I'll clean up that. I just want to make sure they're full. This one looks pretty good. So, we'll leave that. And, gosh, I should take a glove off. I don't know if I can do this with a glove on, but I have the little mushrooms here. And I'd like to fill one of these. We can fuss with that. Let's fuss with that on demold, or give me just a minute. Let's pour this black into that cute little, two little mushrooms are really cute. Let's see where we can get. I've tried to divide this up color-wise, but I'd have to make a dam. Perfect. Oops. Let's get the other one. Oh, sometimes I'm glad I buy two little molds at a time. Those little, what look like bubbles are part of the mold. It's just one of the little dots on top there. So, I'm going to scrape my bowl out, fill this up best I can. So, oops, I'm not watching. Oh, what is that on the mold? What is this? Well, that's resin. Did I not clean this? Look at that, Billy. Get rid of that. I didn't clean it. Maybe a little bit more. Wow. I actually poured or made just enough. There's a bubble. There's a hair. Oh, Lordy. Gosh, I just don't know. It's out. Okay, let me try to get one of these out of here. Get out. Puppy will bring you right over to the side. Let's get a little alcohol in here. This one has a clear bottom. Here we go. Get it down in there. It should come right out. I'm going to move these aside very carefully because I don't want to bump this. I'd have a real mess. Okay, come on, you. Sometimes it's hard to believe how this resin can stretch over things. What was I molding quite a while ago? Oh, there's the doll head in the spear. Oh my gosh. Was it that one? I think so. It flew loose and I thought it was going to knock me out. But it was a bugger to get out of the mold. It really was. I'm leaving my gloves on because I have to clean up in here my mess. I just slide right over there. Alrighty. Hope you've had a great day. Hope everyone's doing well. Oh, I can't wait to finish this up. I was gone all day yesterday. I could have poured it all in. Okay, there we go. I'll deal with the other one. But how cute is that? Little mushroom with the rock tops. Okay, everyone, I'll let you go. I'm going to clean up my mess. We'll see you when we can demold these, okay? Bye. All right, are we ready to demold? I am. Okay, let's start first. The little mushrooms we filled up, I'm making a bunch of these and turning them into magnets. But this one needs painted. I'll paint the little dots. The other one is the same. They're really cute, really cute. I have a show in week after next, almost 2 weeks from now. Okay, before we get to the cauldron, let's do this big spider candle mold, or votive mold. I like this one. I might have let it set too long. I'm not sure if I can cut those edges of the legs out. If not, with scissors, I can go and do it with my Dremel tool. I'll show you what I mean. Now we have the red bottom and the yellow head. Let's see how that turned out. And this is a matte mold. But really, I think it's great for Halloween. There we go. Is that too much of a glare? But, oh, the yellow didn't come through. Remember I had to put it back in place, but that's okay. And what I'm talking about is this section of the legs. I think that needs to be cut out. Let me try. If not, I'll go to the shop and cut these out and sand them, because I don't think they're necessary. There we go. And get as close as I can to the edge. That's a little thick right there. Might be a little hard, but I'm going to try to get this one out and show you. Oh, it's coming. I can get it. These little scissors I've been through a lot. So, get most of it out. See, this is what I mean. I think the leg should be open like that. And they'll still stand up. It'll stand up fine because the body is really what's holding it. But I think I will go ahead, trim all the rest of the legs. So we'll put that aside. Now we have this odd spider where the legs are separate. And I think this is just black. Oh my goodness, look at that body. That is a creepy little spider right there. Look at that body. Oh my gosh. Oh, there's a hole right there on the jaw. I will UV that, I'm sure. And then I'll probably have to UV these legs in. So let's take a look. Oh, there's one. Well, let's see. These two came out together, so they fit. They fit somewhere. I just will have to separate them. It's rather odd, isn't it? But it's a fondue mold, so you just have to hook them up like that. I'm hoping UV will hold it, being black. But that's the idea on this one. We'll just have to trim it up. There you go. Where's that one go? Oh, this is the bottom. Where I'm going the wrong direction. Up like this. Then this. Come on. That will take some playing with. And then there's the last one. No, I'm still here. Up one. Up one, Billy. Up. There we go. So basically, that's what you have. I will try to put this together with UV and trim it up, and then we can possibly paint the eyes, fill that jaw, or pinchers, I should say. Is that what they'd be called? Pinchers. Okay, need to work with that one. Now, here is, oh, there's a bubble. I can barely feel that piece of wood. And I should have, like I said, put the wood on top of the flames because I think we lost it. Yes, we did. We lost the wood. Well, there's the main idea. I got a little crazy with the flakes. But there is our fire pit. Needs trimming. I overfilled trying to cover that up. But that will work. That will work for me. The little top of the cauldron. It's quite plain. But as long as we don't have bubbles on the rim and there's a little chip there. There we are. Isn't that cute? Cute little lid. All right. Here we go. Now, the black took some of my window. But I couldn't get that any bigger, I don't think. So let me loosen this and we'll get some alcohol in there. Get this out. Rub that around. Get that all loose. Gosh, am I going to be able to see through that? I'm not sure. That's a big chunk right there. Cut that off. All right. I might have to bring it closer to me to get this off. Maybe not. It is black as black, isn't it? Ooh, nice shiny black. Come on over here. The clear looks a little murky. Maybe that's because of the black surroundings. But we do have a window. There we are. I like the size of this. I like the, oh, there we go. That was the mold. All right. I have a window. Look at that. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. And it sits there. That's a cute bowl, cauldron or not. It's kind of funny because look, we take the lid off, we can, well, that darkens it. So if I set it, I can't see a thing in there. But if we remove the top, setting down, I should be able to see in there. Good, that's very good. All right, I'm going to do some trimming, clean these up, and we're not done yet. I'm going to see what I can find to put some handles on this cauldron. I don't think I'm going to need, actually, you know, you don't even need the lid, but it goes great. And I don't know that I'll make a hanging wire piece over the top. I'll just see. So, time to do some trimming. I'll get back with you and we will pour the rest of this because we're not just going to leave it like that. I have to put a surprise in there. Okay, see you in a little while. Bye. Whoops. Don't know what that was. I rolled back into something. Anyway, hey, I'm back. Before we pour resin and finish this cauldron, let's get a few little details put together before we start. And I'm going to include the spider. So let's do something with him real quick. I'm just going to take some white gloss and I'm going to do his eyes. Now, this is a matte mold. And because it's a matte mold, I'm going to put some polyurethane wood varnish on here to brighten up the yellow on the head and the red in the body. And it's also going to cover up all these sanding marks I had made to get all those pieces of resin out of that. So we're going to do the white real quick and then let that dry, and then we'll finish it off. This mold looks like it has fangs here, but I'm not going to worry about coloring those fangs. They're not that definite, so I guess I'm not going to have to be that definite with it either. So let's see. I'm just going to get a dot on this dotting tool, and we're just going to make one big round white dot because there are little indentations right there where the eye is supposed to go. One is a little bigger than the other apparently. So we'll just call that good. I'm going to set that aside and let that dry. A few more things to get going on. That's all I needed of the white. And we're going to polyurethane, for instance, the bottom of the cauldron where I sanded it. You know, it goes gray, you lose your shine. I'm going to put a little bit around the rim there. Also, around the edges of the fire pit where I sanded that off. But I need something else to dry too, so let me show you what else we're going to do. Set him aside. Now, a cauldron has handles normally, and this doesn't. It's not in the mold, it's just plain. So I thought, rather than putting a tall handle on it with wire going over the top, I'm thinking about just adding a couple little rings here on the side. I'll have to measure to find out exactly where I'm going to put them. But what I have here is a older style, well, I don't know if it was for a keychain or exactly what it's for, but I thought, well, I'm just going to open one of these up. And I have some pony beads here, black ones. And I'm just going to try and slide that in, get it started, and then we'll come all the way around till it locks in. So I could just continue turning that. All right, there, it's locked in. Now we've got where the two pieces don't quite meet together, but we're going to cover that up. I'm just going to take a little bit of JDiction UV resin. Pardon me, I'm not putting a glove on. This is going to take a nanosecond, and I will be very careful. So I'm going to put some right in that gap there. Put my bead up. Have it set right in the middle with the UV. So we can't see that. Pull over a little more. Okay, and whoop. Try to hold it steady, Billy. Hold it steady. And get my lamp. And just tack that in there. I'm going to tack inside and at the bottom there. Whoops, once I thought that would start to stick. Worked okay on the other one. Move it over. Come on. Then I'm going to put a dollop on the inside there to really hold that in place. Because that worked on the first one. I just need to get a better grip. Okay, that looks all right. You just go right in here. So I can at least get it on top of that. And we will not see that. Anyway. I'm just using the little flashlight. I didn't want to take out my double-sided curing or UV lamp just to get something like this hooked together. Now these are like a not a silver, but they're not shiny. So I thought maybe if I put a little black rub-and buff on there, that would make it look pretty antique-y. So I can do that. I don't know how if I can set that there for just a second. But yes, rub and buff. This is ebony. And I do believe I have a bronze and a gold. Thought about the gold. But let's just go black. We've got enough glitter and such, I think. Hopefully that holds. So I am just going to get a Q-tip because this is, I've already had this on my hands once today. Let me just get a little swab on there. A little bit of this goes a long way. I'll take this one that's already cured. I'm just going to tone that silver down a little bit. Scoop it on and wipe it off. And it'll dry with that finish on there. Hopefully, and I did get it in my fingers already. It really didn't make much of a difference, actually. Thought it would have. What do I have stuck there? Oh, Billy, it's rather flaky. It's old. So let that sit on there a minute, and then we'll see where we're at. But I'm going to call this good. Let's get a little more. Might look a bit tarnished. There, that's a good helping. Let's get this other one. Good. That one's dry. Yeah, we don't want the crusty. We need fresh liquidy, slimy. I have to learn how to use things up before they get too old, I think. But how do you do that? Gosh, quit buying things. That's what you do. You quit buying and gathering and use up. Listen to me talk. Use up what you've got. That was my initial plan. There, I'm just going to call that good. I can put that away. Get rid of that. Just save the other end in case I need it. I'm running low on Q-tips. I think I can cut that off. Okay. Set that aside. See if I can just rub some of that off. Get the chunks off. But I think that's going to be, look good. It's corroded now. It looks corroded. We're good with that, right? So we'll let these dry. Some of that dry stuff off of there. Okay, there. Get rid of that. Boy, my hands have been in all kinds of things today. I'll tell you. A little alcohol can get that off of my thumb. That's helpful. Okay, I think I'm going to use the UV to put those on the cauldron itself. Set that aside. All right. Now, I gathered up beads. And these little beads are from Temu. These are just jewelry beads, plastic. This is some beautiful glitter. I don't know how much of that we'll need. I also came across these smaller beads too. I wish I had some that were, you know, this green, but I think we're going to mix them up a little bit. So the white should be dry, okay? So I set aside 2 little diamond dots, if I can grab them, right there. And we're going to put those right in the center of the eyes with a little B7000. Where's my little tweezers? Okay. Let's just put a dollop here. I want the white around the eyes, is why I did that. Should be plenty. Okay. Maybe I'll use this to glue the handles on. See if I can just pick those up. There you go. Perfect. That shouldn't take so long. So let me get my polyurethane, which I've got a little turntable here, cups, and we're going to just paint some of these edges. And the spider. I was just going to start with this. Let me get a... Actually, I don't even need a paintbrush. I think I can get away with a micro brush right here. Get these edges. I just like the shine, and this will stay. If you can tell, I'm just covering up that lip. Where I sanded. Wipe off the excess there. Actually, you can hardly see it on the lid, but we'll get it done anyway. Looks pretty good. Really didn't need much, but the bottom does. And you can see where I have resin dust in the tiny bubble marks in the mold. Here's where I took a big piece off. I try to do this to all of the pieces I sand. Plus, sometimes it gets in and absorbs that dust to where you can't see them. Here we go. set you aside. There's quite a bit on the edge here of the fire pit. Before I do that, I should have done it before. All right, I'm going to put bumpers on this. For one, I have a bubble hole there. Oh, goodness. And I'll just make it a little nicer. So I always put a little glue on these. You know, they stick, but they don't stick very well, or they won't stick permanently. So I'm going to just get a little glue on that, and first of all, cover up this hole. Still see it a little bit. Should be all right. Now, I got a big package of bumpers off of Amazon, and they are, I'll have them in my, they're in my Amazon storefront. If you just go in on that link, that'll take you to my main page, and you can find most everything I use or have purchased from Amazon for my crafts and artwork. And I think I can leave you an individual link too if you prefer. So let's get that on. I don't like super glue that well. I should have used E6000 because it tends to mark. See where I could probably get that off with some alcohol. Gosh, I'm going to order some more of this. I'm at my last tube, and I really like it. All right, I'm just going to eyeball straight across or divide it up in fours. Like that. It's not exactly perfect, but it looks good. Come on, just a few drops is all I need. If I clean the tip off, it would work better, wouldn't it? Okay, we're going to go 6 o'clock here. Whoops. Well, where it lands, it lands. Okay. Now I can get on with the sides. Wipe that off. Oh, my back is biting a little bit tonight. Ouch. It's a bugger when you break it, you know? Talks to me. Talks to me a lot. All right. Let me just get some shine back here on this area. This is a wood finish, but I use it in a lot of my resin projects. It works great to mix with micas and glitter. Just takes that dull away. And it's permanent. I think it helps to fill bubble holes too. Okay, let's let that dry. I'm just going to get, oh, these fingernails. I'm just going to get a paintbrush. And I think I have one right there in water, but I think that's a little too big. Let me get a medium-sized one or smaller one, so I can get into most of that. I like these flat ones. All right, spider, it's your turn. See if you can bring out the shine. It will. I globbed it on, didn't I? So, just paint him. He'll become a shiny spider. I'll go over the eyes. That'll help seal those in too. Just be careful not to move them. It looks milky. So I will pause you and keep painting this. And then it looks like we'll be ready to go make up a little bit of resin and finish this off. Oh, after I'm sorry, gee, I hit that. I think I'll just go ahead and put these on the side of the cauldron. And then in the morning, it's getting late now, in the morning we can just finish pouring this. And then I'll show you what that little specimen is going to be, okay? I'll see you then. Have a great night, everyone. Bye. All right, everyone, we're back to pour, possibly the last pour of the cauldron, but I wanted to show you, first of all, the spider. This is how shiny it became after coating it with my liquid varnish or polyurethane. You can actually spray it too, but I do like how it turned out. The legs look great. And, oh, I did put the eyes on. So this is finished. Finished little spider. Now, what I've done is I've mixed up 2 ounces of resin. And this time I used Resiners 1-to-1 part resin. It's a very nice resin. I haven't used it for a while. I do have bubbles. I did use my little mixer from Lex Resin. A few small bubbles, but that in our case isn't going to really matter. So let me show you what we're going to do. I could do it in there, but this is what I've done. All right, I have dug out some larger beads. I don't have big bubbles, so we've got beads. We've got a few beads here. It's a little bead. And this mold, actually, I did make one clear because I'll show you what we're going to put in the cauldron. What I have here is a petrified frog, or toad, excuse me. This is a toad. He was petrified. I sprayed him with polyurethane to seal him. I'm not sure how well this will show up, but I did use that teardrop mold to try to build up a little platform because I don't want him right on the bottom, and I want him at a bit of an angle so his head is up, his body is up. So morbid as it seems, I apologize. Honestly, when my husband brought that home, I thought, oh, I need to bury it, but I didn't. So hopefully his little soul will forgive me. Now I've got smaller beads here too. And I just want to make a base for him to sit in, and then we'll finish with clear. I also have some of these tiny bubbles. They're not the same green, but I'm just going to use it as filler. Just cut this off. Easier to get to. Let's pour a few of these in. I did get these from Temu. And I did grab a little bit of glitter from glitterandcraftsforyou.com. This is Neon Kermit. If it sinks to the bottom, that's fine. I just need something bright inside the dark, the dark hole of the cauldron. So let's just put a little bit of this in here. A little bit more. Now let's mix that up with a little resin and see if I can't coat everything. Because I thought we just need about an ounce of what I'll call the floor of the cauldron. I want to get all those bubble holes filled, or these bead holes filled with resin. And then hopefully, when it gets tacky, I can set the toad on top and we'll be able to see him through that window. That is what I'm hoping for. I wish I had some bigger beads, some more of those green, but I do not. So I don't want to get any on the side. I just want to go right to the bottom. And well, the glitter's pretty. The beads look pretty. Nice Halloween green. I don't want any resin on the inside or outside of my cauldron. I did wipe it out, but let's just get this in and see how deep that will fit in there. Yes, it spreads out to be pretty deep. Get the rest of this in. I just need a bit of a floor. How deep is that? Oh, maybe 3/16 of an inch deep. And let's see if I can set him in or if I have to wait. Okay, clean glove. They're not clean gloves, but okay. So I'm going to have to mix a little more. I don't want him on the bottom. I'm going to need a clean stick or a spoon to try. Oh, I'm very sorry. Hit you right there. It rather magnifies him, and I wanted him at a bit of a profile. If I'm just looking to see if I can actually see him in there, and he looks really good, actually. With those green bubbles, it lightens up the spot. He does look a little crooked, though. You put his bottom down. That's what I wanted to do. Have his bottom down with his face up and a little sideways. Oh, Billy, can you see him? I'm not seeing him very good. He's too sideways. That's why. Get in the view of the little window. That's what we need. Your hand is kind of in the way. Okay, I have to look from a distance. Oh my God, I think that's perfect. He is a bit sideways, so I can't seem to get him straight. Oh gosh, if I knew little lights would work in there, I'd put little lights in. Now I just see an eye. It's hard to see what he is. So let me turn him a little more over this way. This is why I put the warning on the video, because it is a deceased little critter. Get some rocks, bubbles up front. I think I'm getting him in there fairly well. Oh, I wish I could see him better. See his nostrils real well. He actually looks like a little dinosaur in there, and I don't think you're going to be able to see. He's facing the window. I think I better leave well enough alone. Let that get a little tacky, and we'll add a few more beads. Gosh, I keep fiddling. I think that's good. A few more beads, and then we will... Oh, I'm going to look sideways here. A few more beads, and I think I'll cover him with clear resin. So I'm going to let that get tacky. So I think what I'll do is just do that. I'm going to let him get tacky. Pour a clear coat with a few more beads on the sides. Oh God, I gotta quit fiddling with him. He's gonna settle to where I can't even see him at all. Billy. All right, I'm gonna fuss over this. So I'll see you when the clear is poured, and I'll probably just go over his head and maybe sprinkle on a few more beads on the top for bubbles, and that will be our cauldron. I hope you like it. I hope we can see it once it's done. That way I can turn it towards you to look in. So until then, everyone, have a wonderful day. I'll see you soon. Stop. Well, here they are, everyone. Finished. I'm so pleased. I'm so pleased with these. The fire pit, as I said before, I should have put the sticks so they could show through the resin on top. But look at this cauldron. Just an ordinary black witch's cauldron. I do like how the handles turned out. Just key rings, little key rings, and a bead. But let's open it up. What can we see from the top? Well, just some bubbles. Those are just the green bead bubbles. And the real surprise is when you turn it around. Can you see them in there? There is the toad. Oh, perfect. A little bit of glitter. Can't see the bigger bubbles, but I think there's his eye, his face, profile. The window turned out great. Can't see too much from that angle. Anyway, I'll take some stills. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoy this one. And if you see a dead toad, bury it. Just saying. Anyway, thank you all. Take good care. Sending big hugs. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you soon. Bye. Hugs.